In this video, I'm going to show you how to add classes or events to your listing. So go to toddleabout.co.uk and click Login in the top right-hand corner. You'll be redirected to this page, and you'll see a list of your venues. If you run classes or events at either of these venues, so if it's online or at your main address, just click the orange button next to that address to add events or classes at this venue. If, however, you want to add an event or a class at a different venue, click the Add New Venue button at the bottom of the screen. You can then complete the form to add in all your address details. You're then presented with 3 different checkboxes. If it's your primary address, as in this is where you would expect your mail to go, then click the first one. Probably won't be, because you should have added that when you first set up your listing. The second one says display address details to the public. If you would like people to be able to see where these classes are held, so the full address, then click this button here. And the last one says always display this location in search results, even if no events or classes are running here. You only need to do this for one of your locations, unless you have a permanent bricks and mortar location in multiple different places. So chances are you'll leave this one unchecked. Lastly, pick a magazine region that is relevant for your listing, along with the sub area, in case you decide to advertise in the Toddle About magazine, and click Save. You've now added an address successfully, and you may well see this red alert bar here because the systems recognize you've added an address at which you might have classes or events, but there's no dates set up. So it's a warning to let you know that you need to add some new dates. So we'll scroll down, go to the new address that we've added. You'll see it's also highlighted in red, and then click the orange button, which says Add Event or Class at this venue. You're then given 2 options, add a new class or add a new event. We'll add a new class this time. The form then comes up to add your class details. We've given a suggestion of what you might want to call the class. So we'll call this one that's class. That's what you want to call it. And we'll say it's at the Village Hall. If you do have multiple locations, it's quite useful to put the location in the name of the class, so it's easier for parents to see what they're looking at when they see your search results. Enter a class description. Again, it's useful to use keywords here if you have certain keywords for these particular classes. You'll note that I've put amazing yoga classes for anyone wanting to try out a yoga class. It might feel a bit repetitive, but people might search for yoga classes and they might search for yoga class. I've included both. You have a short description in case your listings are going to go in the magazine. If you put your details in there, if you've gone over the limit, you'll see the box turns red. So you'll need to reduce it down. You don't need to worry about keywords in here. So we could just leave it as amazing yoga classes. But I'm sure you'll have a better description than me. Lastly, you have ages. So please remember to enter ages. If it's for anybody, it doesn't matter what age, just leave it as 0 to 0. It doesn't matter, but these might be for pregnancy to children aged 5. And we'll click Save. We've now added that type of class, and now we need to add the actual dates when that class is running. So again, we'll fill in all the blanks. A quick tip is to make sure you add the dates in the name, because that will make it easier for you to see which classes you want to renew in future and make your life much easier. When you're adding in the start date and time, when you click on the button, make sure you choose the appropriate day and also set the time. And this is the bit that sometimes people forget in the bottom for the start time. And make sure it says AM or PM correctly. Add in the duration, add in your cost per session, and then whether it's weekly or monthly, and whether you allow drop-ins or not. It says here we need to add a value greater than 1, and that's because I didn't enter the maximum number of attendees. So we need to make sure we put in the maximum number of people that we allow in the class, and click Save. And we're done. Now we've added a class to the listing, and our classes will come up in search results in future. Please note it can take up to 24 hours for your classes to show in search results on the Toddle About website.